Well, hey folks, Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland and
the Derbinator.
A Raw Oklahoma City. What are you calling this?
OK-Lahoma.
Yeah.
Because this show was just okay.
Yeah, this had flashes of a new era, by the way. Starting first, MLK tribute. Good.
And then we started with the 24-minute promo.
With Heyman and Brock, and I'm done with this. It's not interesting anymore.
Bork McGork, we need you to go, buddy.
Like,
we're going to take you out back. Right behind the shed. No one will see you.
Oh, God.
We'll just put your contract out of its misery.
Okay, good. Okay, because I was like, God, where are we going with this? Heyman tries, and yes, he's a hype man, but it's the same shtick we've heard for 5 years. And no matter how much he put over Balor, we'll get to our predictions, our Rumble predictions tomorrow after SmackDown. Vince was out there also.
Yes.
And then Braun came out and did better than he did last time.
Yes.
Which isn't saying much.
It wasn't a very high standard.
No, it was not. Balor then comes out and says it's the same old Raw. And he says that right to Vince. Now, I know that was a scripted line, but that's good. Because it is the same old Raw. New era, 24-minute promo.
It's actually a great way to measure the crowd reaction when someone says something like that. If the crowd agrees that this shit is boring, they will cheer for what Finn has to say. And they got a big reaction out of that.
They did. Too bad it's going to be all for naught on Sunday. But
well, Vince had no choice but to listen. Well, whatever he'll do with that, I'm not sure, but you know.
We'll see. My issue is that Vince is too stuck in his ways.
Yeah.
Too stuck in his ways, and some of the show proves it. Now, we're gonna get to that later. It went on too long. If they had cut this by 10 minutes, it wouldn't have been that bad. 15 minutes, I could deal with. 24, no. Actually, should have been cut to 10. But then we get Balor versus Braun in a match.
Hey!
Like a David versus Goliath thing, like Vince kept talking about ad nauseum. I don't think he knows how the David versus Goliath feud went.
No.
I don't think he does. Because he thinks the big guy won.
David versus Goliath.
There you go. It was, yeah, Brock and Heyman at ringside, unfortunately. And I get why they did it. They had, at one point, Braun throws Finn outside. Brock catches him, suplexes him. And then Balor gets some shots in on Brock. The ref, all this time, does not call for the bell after Brock had suplexed.
Defending yourself is fine. Catching Finn Balor would have been fine. But he wasn't defending himself. He caught him, and then he suplexed him. Which, if it was not sports entertainment, but actual sports, I would have been a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, and the ref, I swear the ref saw it. I don't know how he couldn't have seen it. And yes, Balor got some shots in on Brock. Yes, when Brock wants to sell, he can make somebody look like a beast. That's the problem. That's the problem with it. I don't find Brock interesting anymore. I haven't for a while. But yes, then it ends up with a DQ because suddenly a DQ is called when Brock gets in the ring and F5 spin.
Yeah.
So okay, the ref's bad at his job.
And Brock Lesnar's not very good at not interfering in matches.
Yeah, which...
like that one time he managed to somehow no contest a Hell in a Cell match.
That is right there where Vince should have been ousted from the company for that shit. Then we get to...
but only that!
Yes, right. Well, for recently. Maybe Crown Jewel also. Let's get to probably the worst segment of the night. Because, of course, Leo was involved. But you get Lashley... can't stand the guy. Lashley, who I want to like. But they're not making it easy. Because he did a pedestal thing with posing.
Against Apollo Crews.
Yes, but before that... this is not how you get Lashley over.
Well, no, the goal is not to get him over.
You should at least play to his strengths?
That's what they think they're doing.
They're not.
There's literal strengths.
Yes.
There's literal physical strengths.
He has great physical strength. And he does have a personality. And so does Apollo Crews.
He also has 3 sisters that he really loves.
That right there is where Lashley should say, can I get out of my contract and go somewhere else?
Are you guys going to take me seriously? We're going to have you point at your ass. How much are you paying me?
Couple.
Alright, I'll do it.
That's pretty much sums up Lashley. Lashley is pretty much dead in the water right now, even as IC champion. And I want Lashley to be good. Unfortunately, he's got a 12-year-old there with him that I can't stand. Have I mentioned that? Have I mentioned I can't stand Lio Rush?
No, never. Every day.
Yeah. He's annoying. He's good at what he does, but he's annoying. Lashley and Apollo, they have their pose down. Apollo got to show some personality and goof around with it. And that was good. And Corey saying at one point, Renee, settle down, you're married. Corey, you Bobby Heenan fucked up wannabe. You CM Punk, tribute act. You are one to talk about people that are married acting like that. You, the one that fawns over Mandy Rose. You idiot. You're bad at your job, Corey, if I mentioned that. So, Lashley versus Apollo happened.
Yes, it did. It did technically happen. There were a couple good spots, mostly involving Apollo Crews. Because, it's Apollo Crews. He's extremely talented, and they don't give him enough credit. But anyway,
Lashley won after Leo kept running it. This does not end with Owens and Zayn eviscerating Leo at Mania.
I hope so.
It has to end with that. It has to. At least Owens. And I'm talking like 3 power bombs into the apron. That's what I'm talking.
I mean, considering the shape that Kevin Owens is already in.
Yeah.
By the time he's ready to or by the time they say for him to come back, probably after WrestleMania from what the rumors are.
I hope he shows up at the Rumble.
Me too. The crowd's gonna be freaking shocked.
Oh, they will. They will be. Let's be honest.
Unless he puts all the weight back on. In which case, the crowd will be pretty shocked.
Yeah. Lashley winning didn't bother me, but he doesn't need Leo.
No, he doesn't.
They need to know that.
Yeah.
But then we get...
we get Seth Rollins going up while Bobby Lashley is still in the ring after the match.
So...
and instead of addressing the fact that Bobby Lashley has his Inter-IC title, they go to commercial. They come back. He cuts a promo on an entirely different segment.
Yeah. Which is fine. Of course, last year...
Why, though, did he have to go to the ring?
Why did Rollins have to go to the ring?
Yes, why not go to commercial, come back with Seth in the ring?
Oh. No, okay. The way you're saying how they did it. No, that I agree with.
Because it makes absolutely no sense that he didn't take a look at the Inter-IC title and say, I need that back.
Yeah, it does kind of make it... Maybe it's because he already got his rematch and he lost?
Yeah.
But Rollins had a good promo. Of course, last year, on the same day, he brought back the curb stomp. On Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, Vince, we see your subtle racism. Drew says that Seth has a 0% chance of winning the Royal Rumble. That you need to study some Steiner math there, Drew. But then Drew and Rollins have a match. Best match of the night easily. It was a good match.
Yeah.
I don't think Rollins should have won.
Yeah. There wasn't much of a high standard.
Well, yeah, but they put together a really good match.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They did. And, I mean, I don't think Rollins is winning the Rumble. We'll get to it.
It's Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins are two of the best on Raw.
They are two of the best in WWE.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. Rollins won. Okay, cool. I hope Drew wins the Rumble. Easy for me to say.
Drew wins the Rumble. The Druins. They're like druids. but shaped like ends.
That sounds uncomfortable for every single person involved. That sounds like
My spine!
sounds like a life of pain.
Every moment is absolute misery.
We then get the Revival talking to Vince McMahon. Probably
what voice that is.
It was good, whatever it was. We get the Revival talking to Vince, probably begging for their release before the cameras turned on. Mm-hmm. And pretty much when the cameras were on with the way they were sounding, they want another title shot. And Hawkins gets named the referee.
Because he's lost too many matches and Vince doesn't think he's fit to go out and wrestle.
Yeah, which is sad. But then we get another promo, an Ambrose promo. It's a very promo-heavy show.
Yes.
But go-home show, I totally understand. Ambrose promo. One, he's ruined at least for the short term. But this is the type of Ambrose we should have gotten.
And if they can maintain this, it'll be great for Dean.
Yeah. I agree with you. They won't do it. They should do it. They should have never done the whole thing with the disease anyway.
Yeah.
But
they were throwing things out there to see what will stick with them, and it didn't.
All they needed to do was this, though.
Yeah.
That's
let it be an extension of his character. Like now, him trying to deliver justice. The original Dean Ambrose, that was the Shield Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Or Moxley, a little more like Moxley, maybe with less power tools. This was fine. This is the Ambrose we should have gotten. And then we get...
A little bit more Moxley, a little less power tools.
We then get Jinder and the Sings wrestling.
Hey!
And they...
Good for you, go! You're dead.
Yeah, and they lost the Team Do a Good Lucha thing. That happened.
Lucha!
I think Kalisto got the pin. Was it Kalisto or Metal? I don't know who won. I don't know.
It was Grand Metalik.
Was it Grand Metalik that got the pin? Poor Grand Metalik.
Against one of the Sings.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course. Then we get an EC3 promo. Well, video package.
We get the same vignette that we've gotten every single goddamn week. But...
And then we get Dana talking to him while he's posing in the mirror. And that was the best promo Dana could come up with.
Ooh.
What are they doing with EC3? What are they doing with him? Serious question.
They're keeping him safe for the Rumble.
But this is a bad way to use him.
I know.
No. I mean, I know what you're saying. But then, Elias is really over. And then he lost to Corbin.
Yes, he did.
This was bad.
I mean, like, why though? Why did he lose?
Didn't he lose to Corbin like a week or two ago, too?
And to quote Elias, only like a minute before the match, who wants to see this again?
Now, I'm sorry, but if Elias keeps losing these matches, what's the point? I know not everybody can go on an undefeated streak, but Corbin's not a big star. People can say that he is in the comments, or people watching. That's fine. You guys can like Corbin all you want. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I would rather bludgeon myself in the head with a lead pipe than watch Corbin wrestle.
Yeah.
Or cut a promo.
Or as the person in the front row had a sign, was it Baron Corbin?
Yes, it was, and that was good. But then we get a moment of bliss. We get a bunch of... Nia shockingly fit in that chair.
Yes, but not for long. Not because it broke, but because she's 300.5 ounces.
Yeah, right? Yeah, she just lifted out of the chair.
Yeah, and as all the women came rushing out of the stage, she kind of flew away from her chair. And then we got that big old brawl, everyone heads to the back, and Alexa's sitting there like...
Wait, but first, all the women involved. Nia, Ember, Alicia, Mickey, Riot Squad, Nikki Cross. Go ahead.
And then after all of them got to the back, Alexa Bliss announces she's making her in-ring return at the Rumble. So good on you. I'm glad you're back up and ready for, she's back to matches.
She's going to get tossed out in 5 minutes.
Probably. But that's not all we had.
We had
a lady show up.
The
lady.
Yes.
Lacey Evans.
Okay.
And if she could have delivered that promo more slowly, I don't know if I'd survive. But it's probably a little bit of stage, anxiety.
And she did deliver it with at least some conviction.
Yeah.
So good on Lacey. Good on Lacey. Speaking of conviction...
It was a bit of a canned promo, though.
It was, but you know what? It did its job. Because Lacey looks like a star. She got to interrupt Alexa.
At least she didn't have some weird long-ass promo where she made up some saying that came from nowhere.
Which we'll get to in a bit. But speaking of conviction, Titus is here.
And Titus is gone.
Yep, Titus is there. And we get Ascension versus Heavy Machinery. And Heavy Machinery's debut match on Raw.
Is good.
It was. It was actually...
It was a squash match, sure, but it did its job against the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions of the time.
One good line by Corey on this entire show. Yeah, right? Hard to believe. Where's his neck?
Yes.
One good line. Good job, Corey. You're about 5%. You're about 0.5% Heenan. I don't like Corey being as antagonizing as he is because it takes away from the product.
Yeah.
But if Heavy Machinery won, Otis is over. Tucker's also there.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. And then we get the Revival versus Rude and Gable with the special guest referee of Kurt Hawkins. And look, this was bad. This was just bad.
The match itself was pretty good. With the hubris of the Revival finally starting to cheat because that's what Lucha House Party did to them. Firing back on them because Kurt Hawkins knows what it means to lose. So he knows exactly what to look out for. And he did. He did his job exactly, and they had nothing to complain about when they lost.
Right. And that is why the Revival are buried and dead.
I don't think they're necessarily dead, but they're not going to find any renewed push on Raw. SmackDown, they might find more success. But
Vince still owns the company, though.
I'm aware of that, John.
I know. I like your optimism.
But, that being said, it may be a way to work them off of TV. So that Vince will either freeze them indefinitely, and they will never work for another wrestling company again. Because rumor has it they are asking for the release. But rumors are rumors are rumors. Or alternatively, they're going to finally get the release that they so desired.
They should.
That you usually have to pay hourly for. Wait, no. Wrong release.
Say yeah! So...
No flips, just fists.
Fistings.
Or you could go completely on the nose with that one.
I could. Gotta work it in there. Don't look at my search history, by the way. But yeah... don't. But the Revival ended up beating up Kurt Hawkins, and who should come out?
Wait, say that line again?
The Revival beat up Kurt Hawkins?
Okay, I thought you said beat off Kurt Hawkins.
That's more than a loss that he's taking right there. But then Zack Ryder shows up.
Hey!
The Edgeheads have reunited.
And it feels so. Then they've been released.
Honestly, this is a good idea because you know what? Hawkins and Ryder, you might as well do something with them, and reunite them as a team is a good idea.
Yeah.
And then...
Maybe the Ascension can finally win a match.
Oh, no. Remember they won matches against Rude and Gable.
But only individually.
Feud? Yeah. Yeah, remember that, though? That
yes.
feud that wouldn't end? By the way, Rude and Gable are still the tag team champions. I forgot about that. We then get Ronda butchering that promo. Sweet Jesus!
Cut off my hair and wash her feet. I'm sorry, Ronda. I searched my own etymology database that is inside my head and also the ones online. I could not find the origin of that saying, and I don't know where the fuck you came up with it.
Please give her a mouthpiece. Give her Ellering. Give her Heyman. Resurrect Oliver Humperdinck if he's wait, is he dead? He might be. Resurrect the Grand Wizard. Maybe a bad choice, but he wasn't actually that. Something.
I don't know if David Duke's a wrestling fan or if we want him on TV.
The actual Grand, god damn it, the actual Grand, no. You know what, this is just going to sound bad no matter how I say it. Right. Fucking hell, Arnold Skolin, is he dead? Bring somebody back because, I'm sorry, Ronda
should might be a good fit, but on the same show with AOP?
Yeah, true. AOP, by the way, one of them injured. Ronda, just, no, that was bad. I know she's cut some good promos before, but this was bad. She was putting so much together. I didn't even catch it.
I mean, it wasn't the worst thing that she's ever done promo-wise.
It wasn't. She also didn't deny Sandy Hook happened.
Yeah, that too.
And we then get Sasha talking about being a 4-time women's champion.
And you damn successfully defended it once.
Right. We then get Ronda and Natty versus Bayley and Sasha, and besides making Sasha look like a decent threat, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. Bayley, of course, got beat up a lot, because of course she did.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda ended up outside the ring. Natty tapped to Sasha.
Yep.
Good thing Sasha's going to lose on Sunday. But I don't know about this. I don't know about this show. See? Yeah, see.
Like I said, OK-Lahoma. Yeah. Even though I decided on that name early on in the show.
It was a very good one.
But anyway, if you agree with us, there is a promo, or pull, a thing. It starts with the P. It is a pull. It is around here somewhere.
A pull.
I'm pointing towards its general direction, and you can agree or disagree with us.
You can leave comments.
Yes, or hit the like or the dislike. But don't hit both, because there's always one or the other. You can't like and dislike a video.
I mean, you could try. You'd fail, though.
Start with dislike and then try like.
Yes. But anyway. It's Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland and
the Durbinator.
We will be back for a gaming stream, SmackDown Live, and the Royal Rumble predictions. Fuck, that's going to be a busy night.
Hey!